Hey guys, it's BB202, and at long last, this is going to be a video of my full LEGO collection. Now, what you see on the screen right now is not all of it. It's not even close to all of it. According to Brickset, the unofficial total for my collection is I have 402 sets and 906 minifigures. Now, that sounds a little ridiculous. It is. I don't really know how it got to be that way, but I've been collecting LEGO for 14 years, going back to 2005, ever since I was a really little kid. So these sets are going to be from starting from back then, sometimes going back even further. I have some sets from the 90s and the 80s back there somewhere, and I will be showing you guys everything I have. So right now, this is the biggest display of my LEGO. This is the LEGO City. And you're probably wondering why there's a gigantic dragon on top of one of those modular buildings. That's just because it makes for a good thumbnail, to be honest with you. So anyway, this is the city. Man, I don't even know where to start. As you can see, it's pretty big. I consider this to be Main Street. Got a police station here, got some army soldiers. Some of the more recent modulars, including the fire brigade, one throwback. And then we'll go over here a little bit. Over here we've got a couple of parks. Here's one right here, and one back there. And a construction site. Just kind of a shopping mall strip right here. And back there is the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champions Oyo set. There are going to be a couple of third-party sets in here as well. But anyway, that's the Eagles field with Nick Foles on it. You know, you can't go wrong with Nick Foles. And let me just go over here real quick. Over here, I've got kind of a camping ground back here with a custom little mountain that I built and a swamp with some cops in it. And then the street continues on back here. Here's the neighborhood section of the city. And the Oyo New York Yankees baseball field. That is my favorite baseball team. And a beach with some stuff going on there. And then below that, we've got kind of some more city going on. I built some tables under the table here. So this is kind of the underside of the city. A little bit more going on here. Got some cops. This is the Crook hideout back here, and Scarecrow from the Lego Batman movie. And then this is the bottom part of the Vikings display. This is where the dragon comes from. Here's this big Viking trebuchet and the Viking longboat. And then I have this entire fleet of Korean military vehicles down here. I know they're really dark. There's a tank. And here are some of the soldiers. Yep, some of that. And then over here, I've got an underwater display. A lot of that down here. And then we're going to kind of move right here. This is from the original Lego movie. This is Lord Business's lair. Lots of those super secret police. I didn't really get any of the Lego Movie 2 sets, but obviously I have some from the original movie. And here are a couple of random Star Wars things I just put right here. And then this is the 2013 Lego Castle Good Guy faction. These are the Blue Lion Knights. This is the expanded version of their castle, where I attached the gatehouse to it. And then there's the other Lego Movie set that's been converted into the castle build. Here's some Fright Knights that are attacking them. And back here, they're kind of like, just because of space constraints really, but they're kind of protecting the Lego Movie 2 and Lego Movie Master Builders back here. As you can see, Lucy's helping with the defenses a bit. And the Fright Knights came from over here. Night Lord's Castle is out on its own on this little black box thing. It's pretty much just a castle. It's actually quite tall. It looks pretty short from all the way down here, but it's about 2 feet tall. And a little catapult cart. And then we're gonna... Oh, this is a really cool chair, by the way. I've used this for a long time. I think it's about 100 years old. We've also got a little airport right here. Forgot that part. Sorry, just cut out for a second. I think I hit 5 minutes. But here's a little airport. And then this is the organized part of my Star Wars collection. which is still pretty much a mess because my Star Wars collection is a lot older than everything else I have. That goes back to like my earliest period of getting stuff from Lego, probably about 2007. That's how old some of these are. But this is mostly modern stuff. I really only got battle packs for the last few years. I don't really like Star Wars anymore. But as you can see, I have a lot of Imperial vehicles down here. Some Stormtroopers. This is more of the sequel trilogy stuff type right here. And then there's some more right there with Darth Vader back there and the Bounty Hunters. And then up here is a couple of random Nerf guns and Kylo Ren's shuttle. And then the Rebel faction's going to be right there. There's Poe's X-Wing back there. A couple of random vehicles. And yeah. Now we're going to go to the disorganized part of this collection, which is frankly a mess. But it's all right here. I haven't touched it in a while. A lot of battle droids, a lot of clones. I got like 50-some clones. It's a little ridiculous. And these basically all come from battle packs. Down here, I've got the original MTT, Count Dooku's Solar Sailor, Geonosian fighter thing, some stuff like that, a few speeder bikes and whatnot right there. And back here is what I really do with my Star Wars stuff, is that I build these kind of like mobile command centers really for each color of the clones, which is kind of a novel idea. I don't think anybody else has really done that. But they all split apart and they have their own like functionality. This one actually has that battle pack turret built into it. But you know, it kind of rolls around and it does stuff. I might make a separate video on that if you guys want to see that. And then here's like the little red mobile command center. And then the blue one is really big. It's behind this bag. The blue one actually splits in two. That one's like 3 feet long. It's barely stable, but again, I'll make a video on that if you want it. Here's the Halloween stuff right there, right there. And what I'm actually going to do right now is cut you out to the... We're going to go back in time a little bit, and you guys are going to see what that looks like when it's fully displayed. And we have suddenly gone back in time. What do you know? Today is October 31st, 2018. You're probably watching this in 2019, depending on how lazy I am and whether or not I decide to upload a video on this. But whatever. This is my Halloween collection. I can't fit it all in one shot, so we're going to start over here with the good guy portion of this, which is very small. Over here we've got some of the Monster Fighter stuff going on. We've got a couple of trick-or-treaters and various civilians, as well as most of the Monster Fighters and Hairless Frank Rock. Just a few hay bales and stuff. Also, if you'll notice along the back here, I've got some of those buildable various Halloween things that LEGO sells sometimes. In the middle section here, we've got like different kind of like lands for each kind of monster. I didn't really have anything special to put here, so this is just, you know, these are a few skeletons and such, and collectible minifigure mummy. Just hanging out on a bunch of minifigure base plates. Here we've got two different witch houses. This is the 2010 collectible minifigure witch, and this is the 2015 one. She's got a cat. They're just, you know, got their own little houses. And in the middle we've got kind of a Halloween party going on. We've got the Fly. Put a pumpkin on this guy. I called him the Headless Horseman, even though he doesn't have a horse. And there's the Spider Dude from this year. Over here we've got kind of a swamp graveyard thing going on. We've got the Zombie Pirate Captain, the Rock Band Frankenstein, which is really weird. Just a regular businessman zombie with a walkie-talkie, and hiding back here in the brush is the Swamp Monster. You can also see one of those Monster Fighters Moonstones. Over here we've got the werewolf chilling out here in his tree. He's also got a couple other trees here. I added a skull for effect and another skeleton. And then over here is the Vampire's Castle. This is obviously the biggest thing I have here. It's very cool, and to date it's probably still one of my favorite castles. As you can see here, I've put a little bit of Nexonite stuff in here. Up here we've got Lord Vampire and his son, who is a Nexonite. Plot twist. He's a Nexo Knights vampire. I've got another Nexo Knights vampire down here. Got the zombie butler hanging out. A couple of ghosts and ghouls and stuff on the walls of the castle, as well as a couple of these vampire bats. One up there. And the inside of the castle, not much going on. Do have a little car here. A couple of clocks that the ghost came with, and Lord Vampire's wife cooking up some scary stuff in that cauldron right there. Alright, so here's everything. Nothing too crazy, although I really do like Halloween-related stuff, and I wish LEGO would make more of it. Maybe at this point they've announced some new stuff for next year, but I won't know that because this is in the past. And now, taking you back to the present. Yeah. Alright, so now we're back with one more table down here in the basement. This is kind of another hybrid table because these are kind of stuff where I don't really know where to put them. But this is a mashup of the LEGO City 2014 Arctic line. You can see that base down there. Some various snow-related Star Wars stuff right here. And then back there, a couple of Endor things, and the easily the best set on this table is the 1990 LEGO Castle Kings Mountain Fortress, which I got about 7 years ago. That's one of my favorite sets. And that's going to be pretty much it for the basement. That's where most of my stuff is, but now I will be taking you guys upstairs. Alright, so right here are my two prized possessions of my LEGO collection. This is the Nexo Knights table, and that over there is the castle table. We're going to start with the Nexo Knights table first. I actually made a video on this a couple years ago. It wasn't fully complete then, but I'll just kind of summarize what's going on here. There's a lot, you know. So this is the main Knighton faction down here in the middle. Got a lot of their vehicles. I got Macy's Dragon, Aaron's car, Axel's stuff, a couple of mechs back here. I think there's 3 of them. Yep, there's a third one. Aaron's, what is that called? I don't remember. Aaron's plane, the Rumble Blade, Lance's vehicle. Yep, got a lot of that. And like I said, this is probably the biggest faction. Biggest enemy faction here, about 35 plus strong, is the Lava faction. They have Jestro's Lava Fortress right here, which is ridiculously huge, and I love this thing. It's one of my favorite sets because it's just so abnormal. You know, it's asymmetrical. Never seen anything like it before. Really love it. Would definitely recommend it. And I've kind of incorporated this Bionicle lava monster thing back here because it looks super cool. And there's Moltor's Lava Smasher. There's the Beastmaster Chaos Chariot. And then this is kind of their outer ring of defenses here, and their defenses against Knighton. They're all pointing their guns at each other. Mutually assured destruction. Here's Infernox, like him too. Got some Scurriers going on back here. And then not much going on behind this fortress. There's Whipporella back there. It's a funny name. And then also about 35 strong is the Stone Monster faction. Obviously you can see the Stone Colossus back here is the centerpiece of that. Lot of gargoyles. A lot of these guys up here. I bought 7 of those battle packs, but 2 of them are still sealed. I think they're in the dining room somewhere. This is the Heligoyle, Rowena's Chariot, the 3 Brothers, and a couple of other golems of some kind. And then the smallest faction here, which was kind of underdeveloped by LEGO, is the Tech Vampire faction. I think I only have about 11 of these guys. They got a couple of their spiders here. There's also this Robin Hood guy, by the way. Got a couple of their spiders here, and they're all just back there. There's Monstrux contemplating how his army got so small. But, yep, they're right there. And then here's like a full shot of that. Oops, I just ran into something. It's a full shot of that. I know, it's ridiculous. It's almost obnoxious, actually. I'm sorry. But finally, we do have the castle table. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover this before my video cuts out. But this is my favorite table, bar none. This is kind of the good side. I've built this entire defensive wall between the neutral territory on this table. One thing that I do differently that I feel like a lot of people don't is that I actually have everything displayed on tables. I have it all set up in a way so that it kind of makes sense. And this is its whole wall. I mean, there's every stud here is covered from one side to the other. I've incorporated a few official sets. There's that arrow seat right there, provides some protection for the people back there. And there are ballistas mounted at that opening and right there. I also built a little custom prison with a catapult on top of it and a little kitchen right there. And this is the medieval market village. It's one of the main buildings there, and the tavern is over there. The Kingdom's Joust, the 2010 King's Castle, blacksmith shop, a lot of villagers. There's a few back there watching the what should be the joust, but right now everybody's preparing for battle. Got some Crown Knights, got some Lion Knights, mainly those two groups, mostly Lion Knights. And then here's a Troll Siege Tower. I got that last year actually, even though it's about 10 years old. And then this is like one of my main armies. It's the Mercenary Army. It's kind of a mishmash of everybody. Got some skeletons, some collectible minifigures, some custom figures, big troll back there, a couple of Vladix Shadow Knights, stuff like that. But I'm pretty much done getting new sets because I'm going to be off to college soon. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a comment below if you enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for watching. And then this is the Mistlands Tower, which I also got far more recently than its original issue date, about 2006. I got it like 2016. Really like that set. Got a couple of those Morsian Knights in there. There's a big tree. These are the green Dragon Knights. They're going to be hard to see because they're very dark. And I built a little custom prison back there. There's the Wizard. There's about maybe 18 of them in total. There's also like 18 of these guys. These are the red Dragon Knights. They're not that cool. But I got those a long time ago. And they do have that one dragon. It's right there. Alright, so here's this entire table. This is, again, my favorite table. And that's gonna pretty much do it. There are a few things I didn't show. I do have a collection of sealed sets that are pretty old. They're mostly small, except I do have the 2010 Hogwarts sealed. And, wait, that actually reminds me, I did not show you guys the Harry Potter stuff, but it's basically just the 2010 Hogwarts. You might have seen it in the corner of the video. But it's down in the basement. I just have 2010 Hogwarts, a couple of other sets. Nothing particularly interesting. But anyway, I mean, this is a very big collection. I've been talking about making this video forever, and it's only grown since I first started talking about it. But I'm pretty much done getting new sets because I'm going to be off to college soon. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a comment below if you enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for watching.